With Tokyo Game Show on the horizon and with the recent announcement of the next RGG game being revealed there, and also with the updates regarding the upcoming show adaptation of Yakuza, the fans find themselves once again in that time of the year where they're holding their breaths with a mix of excitement and uncertainty between the next game, which was said will surprise fans, and the uncertainty of how well the show adaptation is going to perform, given the reputation of live action adaptations. We're going to be in for either a great time or a turbulent one. Maybe both, who knows. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth episode of the RGG Cast, where we bring guests to discuss various topics regarding RGG Studio and their games, but particularly Yakuza / Like a Dragon. In today's episode, we will be covering all kinds of topics regarding the upcoming game and the upcoming show as well. So if you want to listen to a bunch of like-minded dummies in the background just speculate about the things that you also are interested in, then you've come to the right place. Today's guests are the same as the last episode, but for those who might have missed that episode, let's start with Froob. Take the mic, Froob.
Yeah, hi, I'm Froob. I speedrun Yakuza games. Infinite Wealth came out. It's a long speedrun. As you can probably guess. Actually, the last week there's been some really big progress made on it. There is a chance it might knock Yakuza 5 back to being the biggest and longest speedrun, which is wild. If Don Doco wasn't included, then it would be.
I need to make a part 2 of that Yakuza 5 video just to say that. Right, Gokudoni, introduce yourself.
Alright, hello everyone, Gokudoni here. I'm still doing Yakuza content on the channel. Hell, I've even started doing non-Yakuza scripts behind the scenes, but that's a story for another time. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for the kind invitation.
Snowiest?
G'day, I'm the English dub voice actor for Masayoshi Yokoyama, of course. According to YouTube or Google, I'm either SnowiestAngeman or Angleman or Rangeman. It can't make up its mind.
I'm a big fan of your work. Big fan of your work. Can I order like an autograph or something?
Yeah, I'll give you one of those like cameo request recordings or something. Hello, I'm Yokoyama. There you go.
Thank you. That is very kind of you. So it has been like half a year since the last episode. I've been thinking of like doing something like just anything with the podcast, but unfortunately I didn't get around to it. Like it's been a mix of trying to focus on a couple of videos or streaming or live, it just happens. So how have you guys been since then?
Been all right. Been good.
I mean, yeah, pretty much business as usual.
What have you guys been playing?
Ooh. Okay, who wants to start? Because I feel like this is gonna derail us into the most beautiful of...
Well,
I've been playing a lot of Metroid.
Nice.
Ooh,
okay.
Nice.
What about you, Gokudoni?
Well, about 1 month ago or 2 months ago, I started venturing into a series that I've never gotten into up to now. That being Final Fantasy.
Ooh.
Oh, based.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone through 10 Integrate and OG7 within like a month or whatever. I can't believe I avoided them for so long. Like, bloody hell, they're so good. Yeah. And on top of that, well, yeah, just recently, like maybe 10 minutes before we got onto this, I've been replaying the final Fatal Frame game, because that's one of the very few horror games that I personally adore, or franchises that I personally adore. So, yeah, looking forward to TGS, because there should be a lot of horror goodies there.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Froob? What have you been playing?
As part of my job, a lot of Yakuza. I got world record in Yakuza 4, which was no easy feat. Finally got the sub 6 I was after in Yakuza 5. I've been learning and have done a Persona 5 Royal speedrun, which took just over 13 hours. And then I've also been playing, and this is cool, this is very cool. You've probably seen me say it on my social media. An indie game called Mullet Mad Jack. So Mullet is in the hairstyle and then Mad Jack. Reason why it caught me so much so far, I played through the game and then the VA credit list rolled at the end, and the actual main voice actor is Daryl Kuhyo, who you might all know
Oh.
as the OG Kazuma Kiryu. And
Yes.
that shocked me, and I was just like, yep, it's a good game.
Yeah, I think I did see a post about that. That was a surprise to me as well, that he's still active in the voice acting scene.
Yep. Yeah, and there's his role in Mullet Majak is a bunch of one-liners, and there's even an upgrade to get more one-liners.
Very nice.
Does he compete with
He
Leon
was
S.
in-
Kennedy in RE4?
Yes.
What was that, sorry?
He was
Uh,
in the original Modern Warfare 3 I learned recently, by the way.
Was he?
Oh,
Huh.
Lord.
Apparently.
Okay, well, speaking of Call of Duty, actually, I'm assuming you're gonna get Black Ops 6, Snowiest?
Oh, if it's not terrible.
Oh, no.
You can never tell with a COD game these days.
True. True enough. All right, well, it's been half a year since the last episode, but also it's been half a year since the release of Infinite Wealth. I think all of us pretty much took the time to like let everything sink in. The honeymoon period is over, as some might put it. How are we feeling about the franchise or Infinite Wealth or the future of the franchise in general? If there's any specific things like you guys might have in mind.
I want to start off the conversation and just say to anyone listening, if you haven't finished it yet, we're just going to get into spoilers.
Yes, yes, most
we're not
likely.
going to be all like, hey, this spoilery thing and try and skirt around it like we did last time when we said we were in spoilers talk.
Yeah.
This is just going to be full-on spoiler talk.
I feel like I should just put in every single episode of the RGG cast, like, hey guys, there's spoilers here, so go in at your own risk. Don't blame us if you get spoiled on something, because, I mean, yeah, I feel like in these shows or these episodes, anything might come up just like out of nowhere. Maybe we don't even realize it, and then somebody might get upset, like, oh, how could you spoil this to us? So just in case, people, beware of spoilers. We're going to talk about the next game, and obviously we might talk about a couple of theories here and there, or, stuff that might have to do with Infinite Wealth, so just go in at your own risk.
Yeah, I get that weirdly a lot with speedruns as well. I get people coming in and asking, am I going to see, like, spoilers? And it's like, you're not going to see story spoilers, because I skipped 90% of the game, but you are going to see fight spoilers, and that in and of itself can be a giant thing, especially Infinite Wealth.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. With Infinite Wealth in particular, now that, again, about 6 months have passed, to me, I still think the game is very good. I think the more time passed, I've been seeing like more negative opinions pop up, which is, that's completely fine. But with all of the good that Infinite Wealth does bring, I think the only thing that I'm concerned as far as the franchise and any future game is just like the monetization aspect of it, right? That like the new Game Plus thing, I think already caused like a bit of a fuss. But other than that, I loved Infinite Wealth. I think it's a really, really good game. Even, if there could be things that could be better, but that really goes for every Yakuza game. What about you guys? Like, would you say you still think Infinite Wealth is a great game?
Absolutely. I still listen to the soundtrack like every day, and every time it shows up on a playlist or something like that, I'm freaking jumping out of my chair, banging my head. I love the soundtrack so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, definitely. Yeah, Infinite Wealth is amazing. I just hope like this next game is also gonna, like, if not exceed, then at least live up to what Infinite Wealth. Okay, maybe not what Infinite Wealth brought, because Infinite Wealth is a huge game. Like, even if we get like a Gaiden game, maybe in some aspects it will be better, but I think like objectively, Infinite Wealth is just a massive, massive, massive game. So yeah, here's hoping just the next game will be a fun experience. But aside from that, like, Tokyo Game Show is just around the corner. It's like in a couple of months from now. Are there any particular games you guys might be excited for? Other than Yakuza.
Metroid Prime 4 for me.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah.
I've been saying, I've been playing the Metroid games, but oh man, I'm just being reminded of how cool they are. If you haven't played Metroid, any of them, they're all good, except for, actually, I take it back. They're not all good. Metroid Prime 4, I look at it, I'm just like, that's not a Switch game. That's like a PS6 game.
Exactly.
It looks
Damn.
amazing. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
Definitely
keep that in
so.
mind if I want to get into the franchise. As for me, like with Tokyo Game Show, I don't know if it's plausible at all, but I am really looking forward to stuff like the next Resident Evil game. Devil May Cry, probably unlikely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anything Silent Hill related, also probably unlikely because the remake of 2 still didn't come out.
Although we don't know much about F yet.
Yeah, we don't know much about F, that is true.
That annoys me to no end, because that's the thing that I'm still looking forward to
Yeah.
the most.
You have the person behind him in Echo doing it. It's like, yep, please.
Yeah, more.
Yep.
Isn't
What would you
Neo
prefer
Parts...
more though?
Wait, say that again, sorry?
Oh, I was gonna say, what would you prefer more, Resident Evil 5 remake or Resident Evil 9?
Ooh.
9.
9, because whenever the remake comes out, there's gonna be people that will bring up the debate that is for some reason like, oh no, the game is so insensitive and blah blah blah. Like, dude, do you realize where the game is set? I don't want to sound like an
Yeah,
asshole,
but-
but like, yeah.
100%.
If we get a remake though, it means you get to see Chris punching boulders in like HD. You know?
Steroid Chris, again, let's go.
I have a sneaking suspicion they might cut the co-op aspect, and I think that will upset a lot of
Oh, I thought
people.
you were gonna say
I
they'd cut
actually
the
have a
boulder
good
out.
feeling as well, yeah.
I'd be very surprised. Like with all the remakes so far, even with 3, they've at least tried to keep some of the more, actual things that the fans love from the originals.
Mhm.
Unless your name is Clock Tower, at which point Clock Tower doesn't exist at Capcom anymore.
Oh god.
Clock Tower, Park, Worm, any of those, yeah, you're out.
Like 90% of 3. But okay, as far as 5 at least goes, I can honestly do with less running away from Sheva as she's trying to heal me, even though I literally had just one bullet in my, like, I don't know, the nip of my shoe. Like, please don't run after me with that giant herb.
Yeah, I mean, with how they've been approaching RE2, 3, and 4, I can definitely see how they could go for like a single player, more hardcore experience, which is very reminiscent of like the early trailers of RE5, which were pretty intense actually. I kind of like them.
Yeah, it was just trendy at the time to do co-op games.
Oh yeah.
And I think Resi 5 nailed it, like, perfectly.
The thing about RE5 though is like you said, Froob, the co-op is probably what made the game so big at the time, especially because console online gaming was booming. Like it was at the peak of that time. Like on the PS2, you did have online gaming as well, but like who the hell had online for the PS2? Not
yeah,
me.
all you do is like Outbreak or Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah. Man, you have no idea how bad I wanted to plly Outbreak online at the time.
Same.
God.
Oh, also, Ratchet and Clank 3. Dear God, that was fun.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I only ever played the split screen with my brother though.
Same, but I tried it once
Yeah.
through the HD, whatever, the PS3 version, and they had them up for a while, and that was so bloody fun.
Wait, was there actually like online multiplayer for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless it was a fever dream or whatever, but I distinctly remember playing it with a friend from Germany, and it was like they were so ahead of their time, because I think that was like
Missed out.
maybe a month before Halo or whatever. So it was like, holy hell.
Yeah, a lot of good games on the PS2. Man, where was I? I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was.
TGS.
Oh yeah, thank you. As for RE9, I would also like that. I mean, I feel like whether they go for RE5 remake or RE9, I think we're in for a fun time, so I don't mind too much. But people were also talking about remakes of RE0 and Code Veronica, which I would love those as well at some point. But yeah, aside from those games, going back to Yakuza. Sorry if any viewers like fucking get to the point, talk about Yakuza already.
Nope.
We know we're gonna get the next Yakuza game announced in TGS. But what I'm wondering is, are they also gonna drop a bomb like they did with the first what was it called again? The RGG
Summit?
Summit.
Yeah, Summit. Thank you. Yeah, I was wondering if they were gonna drop a bomb similar to that event, because they revealed like what, three games, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Gaiden, Ishin Kiwami, and they showed more of Infinite Wealth.
Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
Yep.
If anything, I feel like it's very possible for us to get a date on the next summit around TGS as well.
We'll get it like within the next month for sure. And I think it will be live streamed like the rest of them.
Yeah.
I personally feel I want to temper my expectations. If we get any more than one game, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm constantly is in the back of my head, and obviously something we'll be talking about later, I think it's going to be a show of 2 split halves, and one half is going to be on the TV series, and the other half is going to be on the new reveal. And I think they're only going to do the one, and then do another summit later on for what's coming after, so that they can focus on TV show and game.
Yeah, that is possible for sure. Yeah, with that said, we can talk about the possibility of what the next game could be now. So, again, we know that they're announcing it at Tokyo Game Show. The question is, what the hell kind of game is it going to be? Because, first of all...
I hope it's Kiwami.
Hey, maybe that's why they've been talking about the Kiwami games a lot lately on
And then
Twitter.
that's the TV show. They just redo Kiwami, and then it's just got the TV show's plot or something like that, and it looks really weird.
Oh no, please!
Like those
Those scammy
PS2
actors.
movie games. Yeah.
Oh, it will be like the Ratchet and Clank PS4, where they're just gonna have clips of the movie for no reason and stuff. No.
Be so funny.
Yeah, well, we know at the very least that it's going to surprise fans, so I feel like anything's on the table given that they said that. Could be a new genre, could be a Gaiden game, could be, I don't know, just in general a playable character we've never ever seen playable. There's a lot of possibilities for sure. But here's the question. What would you guys like to see ideally?
I have a very big tinfoil hat theory. I've had it for a while.
What's that?
So, the only issue with this is that game development doesn't work like this. I feel like with the obviously Okama's already talked about how like Gaiden's numbers, even in Asia, have been trending upwards. I feel like the next game isn't going to be a big one, but I can't keep forgetting that quote of how their new IP quotation marks started back in 2021. Like, I feel like at some point we have to hear that. But I feel like, and what I'm hoping is that either it's that new IP or it's a Gaiden, and then I'm hoping that the big game for 2026 is Judgment 3. The game for 2027 will be a remake, which will probably be K3, and then obviously the next mainline LAD 4 years after will be 2028. That's my tinfoil hat theory.
I have a grim possibility. What if it's going to be this new IP that they talked about and you mentioned, but because of like the complicated situation Judgment finds itself in a lot of the time, they get rid of Judgment and they focus on this new IP going forward. I feel like that is possible, but who knows?
I could see that, but there's one thing again that I keep thinking about with Judgment and why beforehand I was like really down on Judgment. I love the games, but I thought that RGG won't try with it again. The thing that I keep thinking of, and this is especially because of the last few games like Lost Judgment, Kaito Files, Gaiden especially, and Infinite Wealth, they keep doing cameos between the two series. I think we're going to get a Judgment just without Kimutaku, and I think that RGG keep doing Judgment cameos, especially Gaiden and Infinite Wealth, to make people go, oh, that's those characters from the games, yeah, and then get the kind of like two audiences to go, yeah, let's buy that game.
Yeah, that could be it.
Because I just keep thinking back to that, like the cameo of like the two detective boys, Sugiura and Tsukumo in Infinite Wealth, and I'm just like, why was that there?
Sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, like it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, why else would you do this? And why would you have like Kaito and Higashi heavily featured in Gaiden? Like,
come on, let's not kid ourselves. The true answer, asset reuse.
Yeah.
What else? What else? It's RGG we're talking about.
I mean, yeah.
Need a big burly enemy. Ah, yes, let's use Kaito.
Yeah.
What if we get like just a completely new genre? Like, what if we get what was that thing they were asked about, and then they said, "Hey, if it fits the narrative, we're gonna do it." They were asked about a certain genre. I forgot what it is.
It wasn't a Muso, was it?
Oh yeah, wasn't it like?
Maybe.
Didn't they say like we could make even like a party game if the plot
Yes.
like could demand it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yes, please. You have a
You
lot of
could do
mini games you've made in the past that you could use.
Yeah,
It's
what
just gonna
if-
be the board game, the fucking VR Mario. But it's gonna have
Yeah, true.
everyone, every
Okay,
character.
never mind. I take it back.
Something a lot of people also want is like a Yakuza fighting game. I mean, I've seen people talk about this one for a while, where they think it would be cool if you just have this again fighting game with characters from all over the franchise. Just very simple, straightforward. But how possible would that be?
Well, I mean-
feel... Go on, Soest.
I was gonna say, they very easily could just be like, "Oh, hey guys, we're also doing Virtual Fighter 6."
Yes, yeah.
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 That's what I was gonna say. Is like I think I'd more appreciate RGG guest characters in a Virtua Fighter 6, and like
Hmm.
a lot of people are asking for a new Virtua Fighter. Like it's that new fighting game generation at the moment. And Harada mentioned something on Twitter recently about how it's a shame
was
that
gonna
the
say the
last
same.
3D fighting game was Virtua Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Like, well, Virtua Fighter 5 was like 20 years ago, and then obviously Soul Calibur isn't like much of a thing anymore. So it'd be
think-
nice if, because Sega was always like innovating with Virtua Fighter in terms of like graphics and styles. So it'd be
Mhm.
kind of cool if they did a new one.
I mean, they literally when someone asked Harada about putting Akira as a DLC character in Tekken 8, he was like, "Let them release a new game, then we'll talk." So it's like, come on.
I was just gonna bring that up. Yeah. Speaking of Tekken 8, have you guys been playing that at all lately?
I still play it a lot.
I've been avoiding it because I'm a narrative first kind of guy, and I know what happens, and I'm really angry about what happens.
Interesting.
I'm a
So what?
noob. I'm very bad.
I think I'm also on the lower side, but like Tekken 8 was like the story mode. I really enjoyed it because it basically was double the length of Tekken 7, which isn't that long. Tekken 7 story was like 2 hours. Tekken 8 is like 4 hours. But they tried to incorporate more characters, which I really, really, really appreciated. It wasn't much. I kinda was hoping for a little more, or just like even like a side mode where you could just go through levels, kind of like Tekken 4's mode. I think that would have been really cool.
Within, I still miss that thing from
Yeah,
5.
yeah, like just unique ideas like that, where they experiment with stuff. I think would have been cool.
Mm.
But that also brings me to another thing that I just remembered, which is, man, I feel like I'm going off topic a lot here, but bear with me. Like, I saw Harada tweeting about like the sad reality of how a lot of decisions that they make now aren't in their hands. They have to like take the options to the shareholders, and they say yes or no. And something about that was just very sad to me, because in a way, making games is just not the same as it used to be, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna change, but I mean, this is also like a bit of a heavy topic for the industry, but like with all the layoffs and stuff like that happening, like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been hoping that something would happen where like the industry might have a crash where they realize, oh shit, we should probably prioritize what people want in these games so that things could work out. But maybe that's a naive way of looking at things. And yeah, I don't know, but it's a bit of a sad situation.
I think that crash is coming. I don't think the video game market can be sustainable as it's going at the moment.
Yeah, it should come as fast as possible. Like
I
oh my
agreed.
god, I just remembered something. This morning on Twitter, I saw that the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games
Oh,
sub-series will no longer exist because of bloody NFTs. This is 2024.
Oh my god.
Who thinks that's
NFTs are still relevant?
But that was my, because I was like,
Bro.
okay, that should have died off in what, 22, 23. The Ubisoft Quartz thing died even sooner than that. It's like, who is no.
Yeah.
Anyway, happier topics. Unexpected next RGG game. Any ideas? Oh yeah, also
It's on the North Star, Lost Paradise 2.
yes.
Let's go!
That's
Okay,
what's
wait,
going to cause the video game crash, actually.
the new ET. But actually, wait. Off of that topic, because I had like 3 ways that I looked at the whole statement of fans are gonna be surprised by the next game. If I had to throw out a Hail Mary for an unexpected game, I would want them to make a Gintama game. I've been talking about this for a
Ooh,
real long
yes.
time, but like both the serious sides of the arcs and the humor, it's like no other game developer could make a competent game like that. And plus, you have the samurai region and Kabukicho and outer space with Yamato and everything. Just please, RGG, if you ever make a licensed game, make Gintama. You already worked with most of the voice actors.
If they do go for that, I think that will be my first venture into Gintama. I heard a lot of things about it, but I never watched it.
It's
It's
very
glorious.
Yeah, I heard
Just
a lot
a
of good
really
things.
slow burn, but really glorious series.
good. Gokudoni's like bang on as well. Like RGG's style of like how they make their games and their style of humor would be perfect for Gintama.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Another like kind of a wish list thing that I've seen for a collaboration is JoJo. I think you guys heard of this
Yep.
one already, but
Yep.
I don't know what
Any
to
JoJo
expect.
part,
Mhm.
yeah, any JoJo part would be perfect. But like, just imagine part 4. Just Morio is the town. Like, there's your
yeah.
there's your map already. Just yeah, yep.
That's gonna be Judgment 3.
Yeah. I'll take a Lost Paradise 2 though, if that ever happens, but I doubt it. I think didn't Lost Paradise
let it
sell? Yeah.
I
Go on.
refuse to let it happen.
Yeah, I'm afraid you got 2 Lost Paradise haters on the cast right now. I'm afraid.
That's a shame.
When they announced that game, Snowy is this personally gonna start a protest
I'm flying
campaign.
to Japan. I'm knocking down the door. I'm saying, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You're just gonna be talking to yourself because you're also Yokoyama.
Wild world. We've talked about like crossover games, but as far as like Gaiden games go, I mean, I was gonna say what Gaiden games do you guys expect, but let's change that to what Gaiden games would you guys like if it's a Gaiden game?
Well, you bloody oyster, use someone you haven't used in ages. Akiyama, Majima, Saijima, just go nuts. Just do someone. Tanamura's OG actor's back in the industry. Get him back. Let's go. Yagami's got this one counter move that's suspiciously like Tanamura's, you know?
Yeah. What if we get a Gaiden game of a previous villain like Mina or Ryuji?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Ryuji. Give me a Ryuji Gaiden, and like, you cannot tell me after Gaiden that RGG doesn't want you to believe that Ryuji is alive.
Ryuji's alive, yeah.
100%.
I still think a Sawashiro Gaiden would go exceptionally hard.
Oh yeah,
oh, yeah.
I would take that. Hell yeah. I feel like in terms of dead characters, most of us are past the point of giving a shit about who's dead or not, because of how much they pull it off.
No one's dead. They're all bartenders.
Exactly.
I mean, literally, we're basically a horror game at this point. Everyone's a ghost.
I'm expecting Nishiki to turn up, have a conversation with Ichiban. It's literally him talking with him. You must, in the English dub, have Kaiji Tang talking with Kaiji Tang.
Yeah.
Jingu's just gonna rock up and be mates with Kiryu for some reason.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Kaiji Tang, dude,
Kiryu, how's my daughter going?
No, he'll just laugh, but the subtitles will be like, "Oh yeah, thank you, my good friend. Anyway, how are you?" In the meantime, ha 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 ha.
have you guys heard of Trails Through Daybreak?
Yes.
Dude, every other male NPC, I swear to God, is Kaiji Tang. I'm not even kidding.
Please don't plot spoilers. I'm still on Trails to Zero.
Oh yeah, no worries,
Kaiji
no worries.
Tang kills
Like
Kaiji Tang.
9
There you go.
games. Like 9 games to go. It's ridiculous. Full RPGs
Dude.
at that.
Hold
Oh,
on,
yeah.
which game did you say you were at?
0.
0. So, what do you think of the Sky Trilogy?
Loved it. Like, the 2 made me cry. I'm
Yes.
like, I'll
Yes.
2 made me cry like multiple
He
goddamn
gets
times.
it. He gets it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I loved 1 because I was recovering from a hernia surgery, and you can play that game with just a mouse. You can like hold right mouse button
Yeah,
to
yeah.
move forward, and like I just like sat back in pain and just recovering with that. And
Mm.
like I played it originally on the PSP, and then I had the 4-year wait for SC, and like it was my first time I'd ever played SC, and yeah, no, I weeped, I bawled. Yep.
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good game.
Yep. I still like third, even though most people don't like it. Like I know it's different, but it's like it fleshes out characters and the universe, which is what Trails does best.
I was gonna ask you because Trails in the Sky the Third is how I personally filter out any people who like, dude, I love the third so much. It's insane. I think it's my favorite from that trilogy. Like I love it. I love Kevin.
I did all the doors. I had to.
Of course. I mean, there's no other way of playing that game. You have to see the last Star Door, right?
Oh god, yeah.
It's a heavy one.
Yeah, it is.
Like Trails in the Sky the Third went places I never thought it would go, and it completely blew my mind and like just surprised me in every single way possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're in for an amazing ride with the rest of the franchise. Though I will say this, people like whenever I have been streaming Daybreak recently, people keep asking me, "Hey Leon, like what do you think is the Yakuza 5 of the Trails franchise?" And I just tell them pretty much the majority of the Cold Steel games, because like without even saying anything, just factually, it's the only arc that has 4 games, right? So that must mean there might be a few things dragged out. But yeah, I think each arc is still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, so we talked about the possibility of just any character returning for a Gaiden game, like Akiyama, Saejima, Majima. But then the possibility of villains coming back, I feel like that is possible, especially again with how much they've been talking about or showing Ryuji in the first Gaiden. What is the deal with this whole like Minato thing? Because I'm not sure I understand it. Does anybody know?
It's a region. Okay, think of it this way. You know how Gaiden opened with the Roppongi level?
Yes.
Outside the club when you're doing the tutorial.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially you have that logic. Like from what I remember, Minato is another section.
Ward.
I'm not sure what the yes, ward. Thank you.
Yeah.
Within Tokyo, but I'm not really sure where it is. All that I know is that obviously they were talking about the hostesses and everything, but that reveal is kind of problematic here because what if that's the? Think of it this way: they said that the next game was going to surprise us, but this.
No. It's just the hostess minigame as an entire game. Oh no.
Yeah, that was the first thought. But then the second one is, okay, if they reveal it in such a way, it's eerily similar to how the last Gaiden game was made. And then 3 or 4 months after we were told who the hostesses were going to be, we were given a more substantial trailer. And then it's like, okay, if it's just going to be a Gaiden game, we wouldn't be surprised by that. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, has been looking forward to more games in that vein. So I don't know. What if it's more games that they're currently cooking up? It's just that they're kind of playing coy with the details.
Yeah, I mean the whole development and reveal for this, as you say, is like it's almost 1-to-1 with Gaiden to a T. Like, and I'm this Yokoyama does. I'm gonna say it, a lot of bullshit. Like, but yes. I like. There's no way they made Gaiden in 9 months. Like, anybody who thinks that they made Gaiden in 9 months is kidding themselves. But absolutely, like the gameplay loop and like obviously the story, absolutely. But making the entire game, no. But they have so many asset reuse. But it wouldn't it be interesting with Gaiden games if we just got smaller branches of Tokyo as a new map? My one issue with that is that RGG loves reusing their maps. Izazaki Jincho even obviously gets that cameo at the start of Gaiden. They are absolutely not dropping Honolulu.
Yes.
But I can't see that being used for a Gaiden, not even cut in half.
Yeah, I think at the very least, Honolulu is coming back for like a Dragon 9.
Toe Gaiden.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is coming back except for Shinseicho. Rest in peace, my beloved.
I would love to see the 5 maps come back. Like, I as much as I have a hatred to Tsukumino, I do think it would be very good in the Dragon engine, like with full free movement. Yes. Instead of having, you can only run in the road for half the map. And also this time, no cops to stop you.
Yeah, yes, please.
And no horrible fight spawns.
Yes. I'll take all of that. Okay, well, we can talk about any possible personal wish lists you guys might want. So don't think about logic. You know, if there's one thing Yakuza 5 did teach us at some point, logic aside, what kind of announcement would you guys like to see? Like, just, it could be anything.
Oh, that's an easy one. I want a character action beat 'em up.
Okay, we got an answer.
Yeah, basically like, okay, imagine this. In the vein of something like God Hand, so that you have a jump that's comparable to, I don't know. Imagine how stark of a contrast Revengeance was to mainline Metal Gear games. That's what I want. I want a game that's absolutely chaotic from start to finish.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a fun change. I wouldn't mind that. If I may, gentlemen, Dead Souls 2.
Yes!
I'm down for that. I'd be
It's
down for
such-
Dead Souls that doesn't crash as well.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Runs at more than 2 frames per second.
Yup.
Oh, so binary domain, of course.
Yes, that's the trick. It's Binary Domain 2 and Dead Souls put together.
Ooh.
And
I'd
a
be
Super
down for
Monkey
that.
Ball game.
Yes.
Yes.
We heard you guys
What
like
if they
Dead Souls. Go on.
So we put Dead Souls in your Dead Souls.
Yes.
What if they made Kiwami 0?
Oh, no, no,
No,
please,
no way.
I've
I
heard
think-
people unironically ask for that.
No.
Same.
Well, there's also, I've been seeing some people say, because I mean, they're like, oh, completely left field. I have seen some people say that with some of the recent sales, specifically 0 has just been not on sale. And then they also raised the price of it, which is weird. But
What?
Did
it'd be hilarious
they?
if they're just like, oh, look, guys, Kiwami 0, it's got like an extra chapter. That's the TV show's story. That's what they do or something like that.
God.
No.
I prefer they do a 0-2. But I also don't think a 0-2 would be a Gaiden-sized game. I feel like it'd be a full-on, proper, big game. I think it'd be Kiryu Nishiki instead of Kiryu Majima. Because it's the only time you could ever make a Nishiki game, really. Outside of a Nishiki Gaiden, which, sure, why not? I think the thing that I really want, and this is like an outside dream, and I don't ever expect anything like this to ever happen, I want a rhythm game RPG. So take the rhythm game stuff from obviously the karaoke, Haruka's 5, the Lost Judgment School stuff, make it all more robust, and then make, with obviously your usual RGG flair, just a big giant rhythm game RPG. Like, I feel like they're the only studio that could do it, but also I don't think it would do well in the slightest. Like, it would have to be
Yeah.
fleshed out kind of like Final Fantasy Theater rhythm style, but just a full-on, you could even have create a character. You can start off in Japan at your local regionals, and then go to Honolulu for the world, the world championship, and you can have your usual RGG drama. Oh, your manager got murdered in the background. Oh no, here's some random gameplay with this one dude who's a detective.
Oh god, but what if they go the route of Crypt of the Necromancer or whatever? They really amped up the difficulty.
Oh yes.
It's Yakuza games that made me love rhythm-based stuff. Even though I don't play much rhythm-based stuff outside of Yakuza, but, stuff like karaoke, even disco, which I know that at first people really don't like because it's really difficult. I mean, even for me, it took me a while to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's really, really fun.
Yep. And hey, talking about the monetization, you can just throw in like Bakumitai and old karaoke songs with DLC. Boom, there you go, Sega. Take my ideas, take my money. I'm a sucker. I'll still pay for it.
Right, I think we already brought up the whole thing about them just tweeting a lot about Kiwami 1 and 2 already, but do you guys want to add anything to that? Do you think it really does mean anything?
I personally think it's just because of the new bundle, but with modern RGG,
Well,
I really don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause here-
bundle and TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about the TV show does make a lot of sense, but I feel like, how long have they been tweeting about Kiwami 1 and 2? It's like,
Literally as soon as the TV show
while.
got announced.
it's been a while, surprisingly. Yeah, I have no idea if it means anything, but it certainly has been an interesting time, because I've seen a lot of people just going, are you okay, RG Studio? Like, what's up?
I love some of the tweets that they did where they're like, Yakuza Kiwami, but it was Kiwami 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or the other way around or something
Yeah,
like that.
I remember that too.
They can't even keep track of it. They're just doing it so much.
That poor intern.
It made me really laugh because one of the I think it was GameSpot did an interview with the two leads for the Yakuza TV show, and like even though the Yakuza TV show is like based on the story of Yakuza 1, all the gameplay clips they used was Yakuza 0, and it was a lot of Majima.
Of course
and
it was.
Like, yeah, like, huh?
Yeah, maybe it's just a case of like some innocent confusion. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's deliberate. Maybe this whole idea of, oh yeah, Kiwami and Kiwami 2. What if they just drop the OG 1 and 2 HD games and just never mention it? They just pull like Judgment on PC. After the summit ends, they're like, oh yeah, this is available. Bye-bye.
That would be the best case scenario, but I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, as always.
But I mean, hey, they did kind of shadow drop the Judgment games on Steam, so
Yep.
You know, thinking back on that, was it's easy to just forget about it now, but that was unbelievable at the time. Like, huh? Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if they had their
3
own...
major announcements.
Yeah.
And then also one other one.
They had their own like live stream, and they didn't bother to mention it. It just was a tweet after from not even RGG. It was just yeah, they're on PC now.
It's the Sega account.
Yeah, so like, oh okay.
Love it, king behavior.
I'm so glad that they run so well on PC as well. Like it's well optimized.
Yes. It's kind of funny because like from doing the speedrun stuff for Judgment, we kind of noticed with all the updates that the Judgment games were the ones they were like actually doing like the new tech stuff, like the new AMD stuff for AMD graphics cards and stuff like that. Yeah, it was kind of nice to see. Like they were actually like really going forward with that with the Judgment games. So it's nice that like all of that hard work has gone into their more recent stuff. Because like personally for me, Infinite Wealth runs like a dream. It runs a little bit more smoother than some things. Not in full areas. Gaiden was rough in the castle.
Yes.
But outside of that, yeah.
Dude, my OBS wanted to fucking die whenever I go into the castle.
Before I got my new PC for speedruns, I had to pan the camera to the ground so that I could keep 60 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that is the stuff of nightmares, though, because I genuinely thought something is wrong with my PC, or maybe I would have to get like an RTX 5090 or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you guys seen that one Twitter account where people say, "Oh, this might be like an insider that's teasing something"? There is
I think he's just a talented fan.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. So, for those who don't know, there's been this like Twitter account called just Kazzy, and hold on, let me just go into the page here. I'm pretty sure like it's kind of in character. Like the page says it's from Yokohama, and they joined in January 2024. So that's the same month. But that is the same month that Infinite Wealth came out, right? At the end of it.
Yes.
Right, and yeah, it has these like really well rendered images of Ichiban just taking selfies. So like they're very high quality to the point you might think it might be official renders, but at the same time, I've seen insane renders done by single people. So I feel like it is very possible that this might just be like a fan account, but who knows? What do you guys think?
I mean, if it is official, maybe they pulled like a Kojima when he did PT, where they deliberately lowered the quality so that people don't guess the actual involvement until much later. But yeah, that's as tinfoil as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the issue is, over the years, what RGG stuff has been leaked outside of a couple of days early thanks to the Microsoft Store or PSN. And also the fact that, you know, more recently with a certain well-known, you know, game leaker and all of that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't read too much into it, but I have an idea of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete mystery. Time will tell. But I feel like it's a little too soon to do anything with Ichiban in it as well. Because, I mean, Infinite Wealth is a massive, massive game. I feel like they're gonna want to like hold off a little bit, maybe make a spin-off or something before they go back to Ichiban again.
Yeah, I mean, they've said that every mainline game is going to be every 4 years, which, not counting, but next year is 4 years since Lost Judgment, cough.
You may be onto something. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like in terms of like the upcoming game, I think there's really nothing much to add, unless you guys want to add something. Nothing?
Amazing input.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it! Exclamation mark.
Whatever it is, we will be covering it extensively on our respective platforms, and then 2 months later we'll say, "Oh God, oh no, recency bias, oh no."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even with its flaws, I still do really like Infinite Wealth. I think it has a lot of good things about it.
Same, apart from the final boss, but I'm gonna stop there. I still despise him.
That is
Yeah.
what Yakuza 5 is to me, I think.
From all the runs I've done, I have also come to despise Infinite Wealth's final boss.
Yes, yes,
There's
yes.
just this one quote that keeps permeating for me, and I feel like this is with a lot of RGG games, and I don't just mean like gameplay-wise.
Mhm.
I wish I could remember where the quote was from, but it was something like, most of our ideas that come out in like the drawing board get cut along the way, and that just makes me wonder about stuff like the plot lines that we have in these games that just get like unceremoniously dropped. Like, it makes me wonder if it's like stuff like that.
I feel like
Like,
no, I think you're onto something, because with Yakuza in particular, I think the development like cycle of it can be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Improvised. Didn't
Yes.
Tokiyama basically say that himself? Like they
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
plan on who's the final boss until like they get to the end of the writing of the finale of the story. So it's like, okay, I see how it is.
I mean, ironically, he literally revealed that, I believe, around the time that Yakuza 5 was supposed to drop. And he was like, quote, "I don't know who the final boss will be. I just know who I want to see in a battle and who people will enjoy." And I'm like, looking at that, and with that one script I keep mentioning that I'm working on related to Yakuza 5, it's like, yeah, I can bloody tell. But but also, that aside, I was just reminded of this one reveal. I think there was an interview with either Nagoshi or Yokoyama around the time Yakuza 3 was supposed to drop, where they said that one of the alternate story takes that they could have gone with was something about Kiryu having amnesia. And that's one of the rare times where we have an alternate plotline that was even remotely mentioned that I can recall.
Man, now
Yeah,
that
no,
you
I
bring
think
that
you're
up, can
right.
you imagine a Yakuza game that does go like that? That's wild.
God.
Honestly, I really thought that's what was going to happen with Itchy and LAD. I thought he was going to just still be in the hospital the entire time and just wake up after this like big revelation and like go from there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Glad it didn't go that way, because that would have been terrible.
Yes.
I think one of the few glimpses we have as well is there was a recent, I say recent, it's like, it's been months now, but there was an interview, I think, where they did mention cut jobs. Stuff like, I think, what was it? Basketball player, pest control, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, there were some wild ideas, and one thing that I do hope to see at some point, I don't know if they're gonna watch this video, but guys, if you're watching this video, RGG Studio, we would love if you can like dive into, you know, just cut ideas at any possible platform, like art books, I don't know, interviews, because that stuff is really fascinating. And like with other game franchises, you have a lot of videos on YouTube of people, you know, covering or uncovering the cut stuff in a game. But with Yakuza, you don't really, you barely have anything, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only like recent thing I can think about is them cutting out Mac from Ishin.
I'm so mad about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, it was fully finished. Like, his sub story was fully finished and then just cut. Like, we saw his actual design in one of their official videos. I'm so mad because he looked so good.
He looked drippy as hell.
Majestic.
Yeah. And it made sense to introduce, like, the photo mode. Like, you know?
Yeah. What I will never understand is how Yokoyama said we can't include him because that's too much fan service. It's like, dude.
That's
You
like the whole
have
game.
an
That's the whole point of the game.
VTuber in the video game. Come on.
Oh yeah,
No, can't
realism,
put the
my
favorite
beloved.
character though.
Yeah, yeah,
Guys-
apparently.
Guys, I think I'm starting to see how the plot sometimes goes to shit. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity because Mac, like, somehow managed to just build up this like little. I don't know if I want to say loyal or just excited fan base for him because he's a unique NPC. Like, you don't really have many that are like him. The fact that he's the Revelations guy to begin with, his cheery personality, his iconic, oh, yes. Love those.
And he was much needed representation as well. Like,
Yeah.
that's the other thing. Like, how the hell was Mac not the guy on the tram with the camera? Who's George? Who is George?
I don't even remember that guy. Yeah, see, if Mac was in the game, I definitely would have known. But I don't know who this George is.
Yeah.
It's criminal that the last time we ever saw Mac was him getting a text from his girlfriend in Japan about films with tentacles in them. He discovered the wide world of hentai and we never saw him again.
Oh right. Oh god, I forgot about that. Oh no.
Same. Speaking of Revelations, do you guys think they could come back in any capacity? Because, I mean, technically, Infinite Wealth sort of had them. Not in the same manner, but I think they definitely were more prominent than, say, Yakuza 0, where you learn the styles very early and then never again. I guess unless you count the secret style, which that depends on when you get it. But in Infinite Wealth, you have, like, a plethora of jobs, and you could get them at any point in the game for the most part, and there's like a lot of scenes which were really cool. And the fact that Chitose also kind of got some of those scenes as Revelations, I thought was pretty cool.
Yes.
Those were awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see more of that.
I think it could work. Like, I kind of like, I like the fact that Land and Infinite Wealth are simple, but I would like them to go a little bit more in depth with the RPG stuff for the next one. Like, have, like, you know, have masters again for the jobs. Like, I'm not even talking like the hidden ones, but you certainly could from like unlock from a sub story. I mean, there is in Infinite Wealth Sujimon. But like, yeah, like have like, you know, have like a couple of sub stories for your master, and then you learn like an ultimate technique, an essence attack, or something like that, you know, and that can be a revelation.
I completely forgot Asakura as well. That was a nice addition.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Just the idea that you can learn moves, I think, was really welcome, and I really wish they did more with it. It has a lot of potential.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure like some of the moves you get from him are among the best in the game, right? Because what was
Merciless
that?
Melee.
What? Say that again.
Merciless Melee. It was
Yes.
hilariously broken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I was gonna say because I forgot the name. That move is so broken.
Yeah. The way that for those who don't know, we figured this out obviously because of speedrunning. The damage calculation for Infinite Wealth is literally Dragon Quests, but with the guard break stuff, it adds like an extra damage calculation on it, which is why Merciless Melee is so good. If you use it to, I can't remember the exact figure. I think it's times 1.2. But if you use Merciless Melee to break someone's guard, you then do more damage with it. That's why it's like ridiculously potent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I sometimes
And it
felt
also
like that
lowers
was the
stats.
case. Sorry, go on.
It also lowers stats.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
So then
yeah,
if you
yeah.
do it again and you get a defense drop,
Yeah.
you then deal more damage.
Yeah, that is pretty huge.
I'm also we're fairly certain that in LAD the arrows like up and down were either increased 10% or decreased 10%. We're pretty confident with Infinite Wealth. It's 15 instead of 10. So instead of like having a max 30 plus or minus debuff, it's now 45, which is big.
Wow, that is pretty big. Something I do like about Infinite Wealth, I mean, like, I don't know how to put this, but the fact that I'm pretty sure this is possible in 7 as well, but the fact that I think in Infinite Wealth, I could be wrong, but he can get more busted at the end game with everything unlocked than he could in 7, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Do you want to know how much damage we can do in a single hit to the final boss with the right setup?
Uh-oh, how much?
Over 8,000.
Good.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Good.
kidding. it's I don't want to put the tinfoil hat on for it. With Infinite Wealth, most of our stuff that was good in obviously the speedrun for LAD was either nerfed or taken out completely, aka Enforcer, Dealer for job classes. But there's one job that is still beautiful in Infinite Wealth like it is in LAD, which is Host. But there's something really dumb. There's an actual weapon, and the best host weapon is Prestige. It's in a gold safe in Izazaki Jincho, and you get more damage the more drunk you are. And that's what makes it so good. It's ridiculous. Like, you have literally a skill called Wonder Cocktail, which wasn't in LAD, which doubles the damage of your next magic attack and makes you, would you guess, slightly drunk. Add to the fact that Muscle Soda now does magic up as well. Combine it all together. That's how you explode someone.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. I don't want to get into my tinfoil hat theory because we just found literally like 2-3 days ago a bit of speed tech in Infinite Wealth where I probably shouldn't say this out loud because they will probably patch it. With Shogi, when you win a round of Shogi, when you hear the points tallying up, if you quit out, you get double the points. And the weird thing is, that works in LAD as well. Whereas the thing that we did in LAD, which was the bond gift giving glitch, where when you quit out, it adds up multiplying with the amount that you get from giving a gift, that was taken out. So my tinfoil hat theory is that they absolutely watched one of our speedruns, and because obviously we didn't have the Shogi stuff at the time, that's still in the game.
Oh, yeah, I blame Brent. Do you guys know Brent?
No.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan, and he definitely watches videos and goes, "Oh fuck, better fix that."
Oh no,
we'll need to censor. We'll need to censor all of this because remember what happened with Chicken Racing Nishin? Oh dear God!
Wait, is Brent Curry Odon?
Yes.
Oh, right. The name was familiar. Yeah. I always just refer to him as Curry Odon. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of weird. If you're known online as Chicken Soup Yakuza, I'll just say Chicken Soup Yakuza.
Hey, it's a name with prestige to it. It should be said.
Yeah. Thank you for understanding.
Sorry for going off on a tangent there. I do apologize.
No worries.
Right. Well, the show. Right. So the show's coming in October, right?
Yes.
Right. I think the announcement of a show probably caught all of us off guard to an extent. I mean, it's nothing that was impossible by any means, but I think we just kind of never expected for it to happen for some reason. At least I didn't. But the fact that it's going to be, what was it again, a 6-episode show, was it?
Yes, on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, hell yeah. And it's going to recreate the events of Yakuza 1. Like, this could have a lot of potential, because, man, I'm going to gush over the Fallout show a lot now, but that show, oh my goodness. Have any of you watched it?
Yes.
I love it so much. I think that's how you introduce a lot of new people to the franchise, and that's how you that's how you nail a game adaptation.
Yes.
I think the fact that they, stuck to a mostly original story with a lot of just love put into it, a lot of references, well-placed ones, not just like, hey guys, see, I don't know, Nuka-Cola, get it? No, it's like, they understand the subject matter, and it's even more impressive because with Fallout, I'm pretty sure there was like an interview, I think, with Todd Howard where I think he went on set for the show and he saw this like document that was supposed to be part of the set. He thought he would just kind of see gibberish, but no, like even the papers had like actual lore written into them, and it just kind of amazed them how much the showrunners were putting in for the show. And for me personally, it made the show shine like a lot, and I ended up loving the show. I watched it twice already, and I might watch it again. And yeah, it got me playing Fallout again. But if it matches even half of what Fallout is, I think we're gonna see another surge of like fans getting into the franchise, right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see a lot of, hey guys, please make a Kiwami 0. And Kiwami 3.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Like when you think of it that way, it makes the new bundle like of K1 and K2 make sense. But it's also like most people, like not everybody, but most people would suggest Zero first. And it's so weird that in an Origins collection, there's no Zero.
I thought there
Like-
was. Did they remove
No, it's just
it? Or...
K1, K2.
Yep.
There used to be a bundle that was
Yeah.
Zero Kiwami and Kiwami 2.
Did
but
they
now
just
it's
get rid
Kiwami
of
and
it?
Kiwami 2.
Yes.
I
That
will
is-
never understand that
So-
because for anyone that played the originals, you can tell Kiwami cares more about being a continuation of Zero, like a literal add-on what happened later, than a
Mhm.
remake of 1. So
Yeah,
much of the
yeah.
stuff won't make sense to you. Okay, I'll stop myself. That's a rant that I've been going on so many times when I've seen, oh yeah, you know what the perfect starting point is? And they started talking about that again. Like we remember what happened when someone said, oh yeah, you can start with Gaiden. Don't do it again, please.
Like for the Twitter guy, I get it. Like you're just doing your job, but man,
Yeah.
the comments.
Yeah.
Like
Don't start with Kiwami.
Agreed.
It's so awkward as well because if people get into the series with K1 and K2, which come to think of it, if it's a bundle that's supposed to get people from the TV series, why is 2 there?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
Yeah, are we gonna get like a season 2 hint at the end of the show or something like that?
Ryuji's just going to be in the background of every single shot of the entire
Yes,
show.
please. Yes, please.
Oh, but it's gonna be the Dead Souls iteration. He's just gonna be preparing
Oh, no.
octopus.
With his minigun.
okay, assuming
Yeah,
they do that,
yeah.
assuming they somehow incorporate Yakuza to a little bit in the show, how would you guys feel about that?
Mixed, because welcome to Raccoon City. I feel like they wouldn't be able
Yes.
to stop themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but watch it just be like the final frame of the final episode is just like it pans up and it's just a blonde guy, and you just go, I assume that's Ryuji.
Yeah,
That's
with
is
the,
that the
stealing-
big Hollywood actor or something?
He's stealing pants at the
Pitt.
time.
yeah, I was literally gonna
Yeah.
say that. He just has Bontan in his arms and like, my time has come.
If it's like a couple of shots of Yakuza 2 references, I think that would be fine. But if they try to incorporate stuff from Yakuza 2, I think that's where there might be a problem.
Agreed.
Do we know how long each episode is going to be?
I assume close to an hour.
Right.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah, I think that's the usual for Prime Video stuff.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I should have asked about this earlier, but how do you guys feel about the fact that it's going to be a reimagining and not a one-to-one kind of deal?
Oh, I way prefer that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, same. Because one-to-one, I do think one-to-one is definitely possible, and it would work pretty well. But you could just also play the game, and you would get that experience.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
problem, I think, the problem with reimagination and the fear that surrounds that is that there's always a chance they're gonna screw that up royally, right? But if they just don't stray too far from the original narrative, I think that reimagination could also work arguably better than the source material. Because I've seen a lot of people saying, "Okay, let's not pretend Yakuza 1 was a masterpiece. Maybe they could cook here," you know?
I've said a couple of times, you can literally we know a lot about Nishiki and Nishiki's sister, but we never saw Nishiki's sister. Like,
Yes.
we know Nishiki's sister is his entire reason for being and his change whilst Kira is in prison.
Mhm.
Like, you can expand on that so much.
Yeah.
Just today, actually, before we got on, I saw this tweet about, surprise, surprise, a Yakuza Online screenshot. There was a plot line with Nishiki in there. That was so good. They could add that if they want to in the show. I don't know if they will, but basically, I think Nishiki has a character story in Yakuza Online where he finds the doctor that scammed him.
Oh.
He sells his organs to an organ broker for the same amount of money that he took from Nishiki all those years ago. And that was, I thought that was just like, it could work really well in the show if they choose to add that.
That's gonna be Nishiki Gaiden Mission 1.
Hey, yeah. But yeah, Yakuza Online in general has like a gold mine of. I mean, it has a lot of shitty stories, but it also has pretty interesting stories, like this one for Nishiki. Um, you have stuff like how Jungi-han, for example, acquired Stardust in Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
You have the events leading up to Majima kidnapping Haruka in Yakuza 1. Just stuff like that. That they provide more insight to what really happened behind those scenes. And yeah, I feel like they could just make Gaiden games as well based on the stuff that's in Yakuza Online. But I mean, whether or not that'll happen is a different story entirely. But yeah, what would you guys like to see in the show as well? I mean, Nishiki's sister would be awesome because we literally don't see her in the first game or in Kiwami.
Yeah.
So they added some context in Kiwami, which was really nice. But again, we still don't see her. I think the show could fix that.
Well, as far as what I would like to see, and this is gonna be something really random, but at least with regards to the teaser and how it looks from an aesthetic standpoint, it feels like they're taking more cues from the OG games with the artistic direction than the. And I hate that I have to bring up an old debate, but why is Kiwami 1 and 2 very green? This one actually took more from, I don't know, the blue elements, or I don't know,
The gritty
Colosseum.
colors.
Yeah, anything that's not green, basically the PS2 era. So
Yeah.
the fact that they actually didn't just do a stereotypical gangster flick with it, but actually care about shot composition and everything, that was already a big deal for me, because they could pull like an Ueno Seiwa hit in Yakuza 4 type of grounded gangster feel, which would be cool.
Yeah, I think I noticed with the lighting as well, like the promotional image with obviously Kiryu back to back with Nishiki with a gun. The 95 stuff is like yellow on the left, and then the 2005 stuff is blue on the right. And I wonder whether the show is going to do something like that, looking at the trailer, where some shots have more of a yellow hue, like what looks like the underground fighting ring, and then obviously the theater square shot with Shimano obviously is like in blue. So I wonder if there's some stuff going on with that.
Now that I think about it, didn't they just say that actually that it's gonna jump between two?
Yeah, I don't know whether
sequences?
because the way that they're releasing the show is we're getting the first 3 episodes I think on the 24th of October, and then we're getting the other 3 episodes the week after. So it makes me wonder: is half of it 95 and half of it 2005?
I would assume so.
Maybe it is possible. Assuming like it's an hour per episode as well, that would be 6 hours. So 3 hours here, 3 hours there. I think that would be maybe sufficient time.
And they would definitely have to expand on the 95 stuff, considering that was just chapter 1 of Yakuza 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they also mentioned that there will be original characters again, given that this is not going to be a 1-to-1. I wonder, do you guys have any ideas as to what kind of role would be needed, I guess, or would be interesting to see in a reimagination? Well, let me, start with something. People have been talking a lot about the possibility that maybe they're gonna mix Jingu and Ishiki in one character. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm gonna be completely honest. That'd be the best freaking thing ever. I fucking hate Jingu.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is, and this is the thing that I keep coming back to, and I'm fairly certain this is like part of the theory. Where's Haruka? Like as a really stupid thing, Haruka is so integral to Kiryu's story in Yakuza 1, and yet why has Haruka not been revealed? And like Yokoyama was like,
put her in a coma.
Yokoyama was like, he said like there's like a female character he can't talk about yet that he's waiting for everyone to see, which I assume is the one that was in the extended Japanese teaser, which for some reason we didn't get, that also had the Majima shot. Like I don't know why we didn't get that.
Yeah.
There is a female character in that who's clearly older and has a gun. Like it makes me wonder. Like I think there's going to be some characters cut. I think the florist is gone. Like I think you can get by without the florist. You could even just introduce him in Yakuza 2. I even said that about Majima, but I'm glad that I'm wrong about that one.
Yeah.
But like, if Nishiki and Jingu are as one, where does that leave Haruka's story? Like,
maybe Haruka's just not there.
Yeah,
Well-
we don't know what TV series Kiryu's motivation are. It could just be Nishiki instead of like obviously what happened with Yumi. Like, what if like the scene of Nishiki shooting someone, which we're all assuming is Sohei Dojima, what if that's not because of Yumi? What if that's something else? What if that's Nishiki's sister?
Yeah.
It's a wild theory, but you know.
Yeah, well, I was having a discussion with my brother the other day about it. If they do the like Nishiki Jingu merging thing, then it could be that Nishiki becomes Haruka's dad. Considering, like I said earlier, Jingu is Haruka's dad.
Ooh.
I've heard the darker
Because,
theory as well, where maybe it's Dojima.
Oh, no.
What about the theory that Sarah is Dojima's dad? Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
I've heard of that too.
But, yeah, I was gonna say because like when Kiryu's gone, because I still think it's kind of dumb. Nishiki's just like in the actual game. Oh, the whole time I was in love with Yumi, and it's like, fuck off, shut up. But when Kiryu's gone, they could very easily just say that like the two of Nishiki and Yumi spent so much time together or something that they fell in love instead of Yumi and Jingu.
Yeah.
Because no, Jingu the whole time would have just been like, "Hello, love, are we going to go like burn down orphanages today?" And she goes, "Yes, absolutely." So like her being with Nishiki makes a lot more sense. And then maybe when she gets her memory back, she goes, "Oh, I was never in love with Nishiki," and tries to find Kiryu. And then Nishiki's just like, "You stole my woman. I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
Let him cook. Goddamn.
I mean, seriously, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a lot more interesting. I mean, they may not do it. They may, like you were saying before, freaking Haruka's just evaporated. Who knows?
Yeah.
They're already trying to prevent Yakuza 6 from happening.
I'm assuming this theory has also come about because of that promotional teaser image where Nishiki has a gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just missing the
and
mole.
he's got a black suit as well.
Yeah. I
yeah.
think,
True. The mole.
I think people are too concerned about that. There's gonna be a big punch-up finale. They're not gonna. Nishiki's not gonna whip out a bloody Colt 1911 and just shoot Kiryu. Like, they're gonna have a big brawl. Like, they absolutely will. But it is interesting that there is a focus on that in the promotional image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jingu had a gun like all the time.
Oh god.
Nishiki and
I wish-
Kiryu are gonna make up, and Yumi's gonna be the real traitor.
Oh shit! That'd be crazy.
I just hope that if the Jingo Nishiki merge actually happens, that we still have that unholy abomination of a laugh. Like imagine
Yeah.
imagine running away during the funeral at the Tojo HQ, and when you look back at Nishiki, he just pulls out that nasal as hell laugh. No context, just ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, be great.
I do hope we get that Toji sequence because I feel like that's prime material for like a great action sequence in the show.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Was that the first long battle?
Yes, I
Yes.
think yes.
And that ends with the Shimano boss fight.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Which, I mean, he's not looking as big a unit as he is in the games, but
No.
I think he looks pretty good. Like, they're adding to his tattoo as well. It's like slightly different, but I don't know. I think he looks the part.
Yeah, maybe
He's-
it's not
he's
even
on-
Shimano.
Yeah. Shimano
Steve
like
or something.
Steve.
It's his twin
Yeah.
brother, Hanase.
Yeah, there's a lot they could do. I've seen people talking about how it would be cool if we get like a one episode where it's just sub stories or some goofy shit like that.
Yeah, I hope that at some point in an episode, someone bumps into Kiryu, they fall over, and they're like, "Oh, my arm! You need my hospital fares." Or
Yes.
whatever. And then
Yes.
it'd be hilarious too if like Kiryu just like grabs a gun, shoots him in the head, and then he just stands up and he just got a band-aid over his face.
I was gonna say, like, going like on that topic, going back to what Gokudoni was also saying earlier about like the whole like setting up and like the actual like set itself. That one shot of Theatre Square where it's like you've got the coin lockers in the background. There are the usual Yakuza weapons around if you look like intently. There's
Really?
like scooters, there's the traffic cones, the signs, like they're all there. Like, I'm not expecting Kiryu in the show to start grabbing that bike and whipping it around like he's Saejima, but it would be cool.
It would.
Yeah.
I hope
think
the comically large traffic cone is somewhere.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be. It's iconic.
Please have Majima under it.
Yeah, just have it shake for no discernible reason. For anyone that played, they'll know.
Yeah, actually.
It would be funny if some people are really anticipating Majima only for him to show up in one scene.
I could see that, because here's the thing: if they cut Haruka, like, he doesn't take Haruka, which is supposed to be his, in the original game, his quotation marks first scene, because he's in the batting center. Oh no, it's not, because it's round Black's Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Technically biggest first scene. But that gets cut either way, and then it's just Shangri-La, which I'm gonna say something potentially controversial. The Takeshi Miike movie absolutely nailed the Shangri-La scene.
Yes.
And I really hope the TV show does at least something with Shangri-La.
Oh, what if Ichiban's in there?
Oh my god.
Oh god. Yes.
It's possible.
Yeah. The TV show just jumps from Yakuza 1 to Yakuza 7.
Oh yeah, they also finally got the right eye with the eye patch this time, apparently.
Yeah.
No, that was part of the charm.
Well, I mean, how excited is everyone to watch the TV show?
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Same.
Like,
Though I'm more on the optimistic side because I've already seen the Kurohyo J drama, and this is stirring up a similar excitement. Because we've seen reimaginings of the story of the first game, both through the the first live action, and then the stage play, and then technically the expansions of Kiwami and RGG Online on the first game. I love that whenever we get a reinterpretation, they find ways to fill out different tonal aspects of the game that we didn't think of. So whatever we get is going to be a cool expansion. But yeah.
Yeah, true.
yeah. I mean, even if it turns out to be bad, I think it's going to become probably at least charmingly bad, so we can look back on it fondly.
Yeah.
Well,
I think... Go on.
I was gonna say, I think it'll at least be a good show. Like, if you're not a Yakuza fan, you'll still enjoy it. If you
Yeah.
are a Yakuza fan, you'll still enjoy it as just a show on itself. Whether or not it's like, a Yakuza fan watches it and they go, oh, fuck, it's this thing and that thing. I have no idea. It'd be cool. I'd love that. But regardless, I think it would just still be entertaining.
I mean, if we take Yokoyama at his word, he said there's like a reference at every 30 seconds, so...
that Joker.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and I think, like, going back to you talking about Fallout earlier, adaptations are not what they used to be. Like, they've come on a long way, especially since, like, the Takeshi Miike movie, etc., etc. Like, I think, like you say, people should go in, like, cautiously optimistic and not, like, overhype, and I think you will get a lot out of it, like, as fans, or even not as fans.
Yeah. Definitely.
And if you watch the TV show, you don't have a really awkward boss fight against Shimano to do, where he has 3 bars of HP that regen for
Or
whatever
the
reason.
Jingu boss fight. You don't have to
Yes.
do that. You don't have to fight Jingu.
No, I don't know about you guys. I want to see the homing grenades back.
Oh
my
god.
God.
No.
I want to see the
Also-
bug where you do like a charge attack and it does like triple damage or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still love that. It's still our speedrun strat.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I always think of the Takeshi Miike movie whenever we think about the TV show, but, like, have you all seen the Takeshi Miike show
Yes.
or movie?
I've seen scenes of it, but not all of it.
Do you know
Yes,
what
sir.
they did with Jingu in that movie?
It's Nagoshi, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 5-minute cameo
What?
in a CG helicopter, and the helicopter just blows up before it even gets to the Millennium Tower.
Beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's fantastic. And there's no context as to who Jingu is. Like, it's just this really bad CG helicopter that's low flying through Kamurocho, and it just explodes. Like, all right,
Is Kiri
go-
blow it up with a rocket launcher like Yakuza 6?
No, sadly not. I can't even remember how it blows up. It just blows up.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the fight scene between Kira and Nishiki in the bloody Millennium Tower.
Okay, you know what?
It's so weird.
If Jinku is a separate character in the show and it's not Yokoyama, I'm gonna be very sad.
Right? What if it's Nagoshi?
They're
Hey,
literally
maybe.
bringing him back for that.
Like, could
Hilarious.
you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can you imagine him being like, hey guys, I'm currently working on a new game with my student Nagoshipper. And then it just explodes.
I was gonna say, going back to the Tokyo Game Show stuff from earlier. When is Nagoshi's new game? They went off to make that a while ago. I know Game
Radio
Grumps takes a while, but,
silence. Yeah, we don't know.
it's been what, 4 years? Because
three.
it's been since Lost Judgment, right? Yeah.
He's literally pulling a Kojima. He's just hanging out with people and having radio shows on. It's like when we were waiting for Death Stranding. God.
If it's not this year, we find out about it. It has to be next year. Has to be.
Just let him cook, guys. He's gonna give us the Yakuza killer.
Yes.
And then we can all move on to that franchise.
More content.
More content, hell yeah. He did say it's gonna be I mean, he didn't say it in these words, but he did say it's gonna be similar in nature to Yakuza, right?
I think so.
But kind of more gory, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. So maybe like something like DMC to Bayonetta with Hideki Kamiya, which would be cool.
Yeah, I would like to see what he's been up to. Hopefully, at some point soon, we get a trailer of some sorts.
I just wanted to say as well before we move too far away from the TV show topic. I really hope that if the ending it's all similar or the same to the actual Yakuza 1 ending, Nishiki blows up the Millennium Tower or whatever, I hope to Christ that Kiryu, Haruka, and Yumi aren't just like 2 meters away from the explosion and they're completely fine. I still think about how that entire floor is completely decimated, and the 3 of them are perfectly fine, and Yumi dies of the gunshot wound, not the explosion. It doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't.
Don't bring that up. You're gonna crush. You're gonna crush every Yakuza fans.
Akiyama at the bottom.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah.
They could do that.
Listen, I'm telling you, Nishiki survived in that vault.
He's still there.
No, okay, here's the thing. How are we gonna know it's Akiyama since it's live action? If it's supposed to be Akiyama.
He just looks at the camera and says, I am Akiyama. And
hello, I'm Akiyama.
Imagine if they just put in Koichi Yamadera and then they completely recast it for another one.
But yeah, that explosion, like, whenever people talk to me about, oh, dude, I don't know, Gaiden story is stupid, Infinite Wealth story is stupid. Bro, have you seen Yakuza 1's ending? Among like 100 other stuff in this franchise? Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
God, the topic of realism in Yakuza could be a 10-hour video, like genuinely.
It needs to be
go
studied.
with the punches at this point. But like actually, like saying that, I do. Okay, I've seen so much criticism of this, and it's the dumbest thing, and I also agree. The shape of the bloody Millennium Tower. Like,
oh yeah.
I get it, but also like it's the dumbest thing to be picking apart at. Like, and they didn't even just like use like a building that looks like a normal building. They like made that thing as an asset. And the fact that they have that shot that's panning over really makes me think, because there's like glass on the side that overlooks the Kamurocho district. It really makes me think they're gonna have it blow up at the end. Like, at least that side of it and money will come flying out.
Yeah, it is possible.
I mean, that could be a great shot. Just imagine glass shattering everywhere and then you just have money casually splitting out. But then that raises a bigger question. Are they going to rebuild it for every subsequent adaptation if they do Yakuza 2 and 3 and 4?
How did no one get hurt by all the glass shattering, by the way? I just realized this.
Rubber glass.
I was thinking of the same thing. Oh, guys, what if? They're making it so the Millennium Tower also gets development. Right now, it's shaped all weird. In the second season, it gets shaped the way we know it as.
Training arc.
It's just because when I was looking at the shape of it and the fact that it's like got an hourglass figure and it's figure in the middle, I was just thinking of Yakuza 2 and thinking, yeah, that bomb in the middle of it that goes off, that thing's coming down. That top half is just, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's not structurally sound.
It's just the idea of it. Yeah.
I'm indifferent to the whole the Millennium Tower shape thing, but it would be fun. Like, if Millennium Tower looks like this, imagine how Kamurocho Hills would look like.
My goodness.
Oh no.
Just make it an even like weirder shape.
It's fine. It still won't be finished until season 5.
Oh, true, true.
And then you
Actually,
won't be able to go into it at all. Why
Exactly.
the fuck is it still not a playable area? It's so
Yeah.
easy for them to do.
You can just add shops in there, add some eateries, add some like, especially with the RPG stuff where you have your like equipment shops, just add a couple in there. Like,
yeah.
Literally. It could be its own entire map.
Yep.
Literally.
It's huge.
The
I mean, the
only
whole Dead
game,
Souls thing, yeah.
yeah, the only game you can walk around in it is Dead Souls. And yes, sure, it's destroyed, but you know, yeah, sure, Yakuza 5 has the
so
set
stupid.
piece in there, but you can't walk around in there. Dead Souls,
Yeah.
you can.
Mhm.
Praise Dead Souls.
Yes.
Praise Dead Souls.
And then it
They
crashes.
are. They're not gonna. They're not gonna do this, but they could have like the construction of Kamurocho Hills in season 2, and then in season 3 they completely get rid of it following the games, and then in season 4 it's back.
Yeah.
They explicitly show you a hole in the actual, like the geographical. They'll show you a top-down perspective of Kamurocho, and it's like, what do you mean there was something here? It's like the whole homeless park thing from Zero to Kiwami. It's like, no, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then in part 6, it's blocked off. Same with Champion District.
Oh yeah, you have just a giant red screen with a cross or whatever. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So the camera work is flying over it, and the camera just bonks on it.
It smashes.
I can't wait to see ragdoll physics.
Oh yes, please, Beyblades from
That'd be
Yakuza
hilarious.
6, please.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yes.
I do
Actually, that
wonder,
is-
like, with the
Yeah, I
fighting
think
scenes.
we might have. Yeah, the exact same thoughts.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder if they're gonna have like a sillier approach or like a more grounded approach.
Yeah, because again, the Takeshi Miike movie, like, they didn't do much with the heat stuff, but when Nishiki and Kiryu have their fight at the end, Kiryu goes into blue heat, and Nishiki is just on fire. Like that's the special effect, is he's just on fire.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I hope they recreate some heat actions from the games. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Same.
I think, I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but like the one shot of Kiryu punching the dude, like sure that just could be in the middle of a fight. That's the low HP crit heat move when an enemy is on the ground. Like
Should
it
be.
replaces the essence of finisher.
Essence of Raikage, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. That I mean, I'd love to see that as well.
Can we get one
Or
of
if he has-
the heat moves from Kiryu from Yakuza 5 where he grabs a guy and like rakes his face on the middle of the pavement? Because that that is
God.
still visceral.
Great
Like,
thing. Oh no.
Yeah.
Most brutal ones still.
Yeah.
There are heat
God.
actions where you literally like stab a guy and drive the knife deeper into him, or you shoot someone in the face 6 times, then smack him with the gun.
Sure.
But somehow him just dragging someone's face along the ground is like the most brutal thing Kiryu's ever done.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the sound. It's like when someone did an edit of Virgil sitting on a plastic chair, and then you have that. It's that addition of the sound that makes the face grating heat action worse.
Yeah, then they just
Yeah.
scream.
Oh god, they should also bring back the cigarette heat action from Yakuza 3. That would be
Oh,
such a
yes.
perfect
Oh
opening.
yeah. Yeah.
I hope they have equipment. He just pulls out swords from his back pocket.
Oh, like Yagami, he pulls out the skateboard out of his ass. Just no one
Yeah.
questions it.
Seeing the plunger heat action would be also funny.
Oh god. They're saving that for season 2. They're gonna use it on Ryuji.
Man. Like if this does well, there's a lot of potential for the upcoming seasons, assuming like they do follow that format where, you know, season 2 is game 2, season 3 is game 3. And it's really hard to, or it's difficult to imagine this now, but you know, if this does well, there's going to be a big surge of fans, and like we've already been multiple of those, you know, with the Yakuza 0 coming out, that was probably the biggest one, and then like a Dragon, and the show could also have like a big impact if it does hit the mainstream, which you know, again, Fallout somehow managed to do that, despite the fact that, you know, something I really love about Fallout is that even though it's kind of grounded, they also don't shy away from like what I call game elements, I guess. Like, for example, stim packs. They just use those, and all of a sudden they're fine. It's just like the games. And I thought that was one of the best things about the Fallout show. So if they could incorporate some of like that mix, I think that would help the show a lot. And And yeah, I'm just hoping like they find a perfect balance for the tone of the show.
Yeah, I actually feel a bit more encouraged after the teaser trailer and Yokoyama's comments, and like, I feel like it being a bit more serious is potentially going to help in its favor. Like, the one shot, which is obviously from the Tojo funeral, of Nishiki walking with so many Yakuza behind him in suits, that is so cool. That is so well done, even in that trailer. Like,
it is.
Oh yeah.
Like, they've got the mood down as well. Like, the shots of like either that, if that's Purgatory or the underground fighting ring. Like, they've got the mood down. Like, they just have to nail the rest.
Yeah. Like, Fallout has comedy. It also has a lot of, dark topics. And, again, they somehow just hit a perfect balance. I believe that Yakuza can also do the same thing. Because, with the games, the stories are usually very serious, and then the side content can get really goofy. Yeah, I think they're not too different in that sense, where they can keep the show quite serious, but there will be one or two moments that are kind of comedic, but like not, I guess, overly. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because Yakuza does kind of go a bit off the charts, at least in some games.
Yeah, I feel like the comedic bits will be in the 95 section with Kiryu and Nishiki. Like, they're going to build up their friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember which interview it was, but there was definitely one bit where they were asked by somebody, do you sing the Dame Dane song? And they were just like, oh, you've got to wait and see, which, I mean, we all know that's code for yes. So, little stuff like that. So imagine Kiryu whips out a pocket circuit racing car.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, if they pull, like, when you get an anime series and then they do an OVA that's just a beach episode, I wish this gets just a random one-off where they're all just hanging out before the events of, everything is just Kiryu and Nishiki trying to swim, and then, a random shark appears and all that. Basically the big swell, but with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show is not too far away at this point of time, and I'm looking forward to it, like, moderately. I'm not saying it's like going to be the best thing ever. I'm not saying it's going to be the worst thing ever. I think it might have potential, but we'll have to wait and see. Is there anything about the show that you guys would like to add? Great response.
Majima. Like, I don't know why we didn't get him in our teaser, but it was in the Japanese teaser. Just like, you give us a little bit of Majima, that's all. Like, you don't have to give us that much. Just, let us know his vibe, Let us know if he's the mad dog or if he's, a bit neutered.
The sad dog.
Yeah.
Aww.
He just turns up in Joker bloody makeup. Oh no. So that's what you meant with changing the character. Oh no.
This is probably very unlikely, but something I did see somebody talking about. With Yokoyama mentioning, like, there's this original new female character that he really liked, and he's excited for people to see her. And also that very ambiguous Majima shot. What if they make Majima a woman? Do you think it's possible?
Everyone on Twitter's gonna go fucking mental.
Yeah.
Yep. The Yaoi fandom will implode.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a mix of criticism and horniness.
Yeah.
Preferably the latter, knowing Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to say. Again, we barely know anything, but when it comes to Majima specifically, I think Froob said this earlier, but Majima probably might not have too much screen time. I mean, if you ask me, from the teaser, they barely show anything, but I feel like they're really, really gonna have like a big focus on Nishiki, like more than the games did.
Yes.
Because the games, Nishiki is the main villain, or I guess maybe you can say it's Jingu, but you know what I mean. But in spite of that,
Main antagonist.
Yes, thank you. But in spite of that, you see Nishiki in like a few scenes, relatively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe they're gonna change that a little bit in the show to where there's gonna be a lot more screen time with Nishiki. But yeah, I feel like anything's possible. Anything else you guys would like to add?
RGG, if you ever need extras for the upcoming adaptations, we are all very, very available.
I'll jump on a Zoom call. Somehow you can work that into 1995.
Oh, hell yeah.
They just put us on like the big screen camera, which are having a podcast, all with webcams turned on.
Ooh. Hell yeah. If that's the way that I do a face reveal, yeah, that will be him.
And we'd get people dubbing us in Japanese.
Yo.
Oh my god. Okay, who would you all want to voice over you?
Shinada.
Yes.
You guys are assuming we're gonna have lines besides just being, being in the very background.
We are the Yakuza 4. That's the podcast name. It's just
hey, hell
it's got
yeah.
the actual game logo. It just completely breaks the fourth wall.
that was my favorite part about how the community reacted to the previous one. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's the actual Yakuza 4," and everyone's losing their minds. Awesome.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, this is only the second episode where this particular lineup is there, but like it's been a blast in both podcasts, just talking about random stuff, going off topic and all that. I just like having other silly little goofs to talk to about the franchise. So I appreciate you all being here. I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you for being here, guys.
It's great to be here, mate.
Unironically, thank you for having us.
Most welcome. Is there anything at all you would like to say to the audience before we sign off?
Play Yakuza.
Yes.
Don't start with Kiwami, though. Just don't do it.
Start with the Yakuza 3.
Yes. Start with the oldest.
Ooh.
Yes, all of my Yakuza fan subscribers who already played Yakuza, play Yakuza again. And for those who didn't, play Yakuza. And for your families,
Play
also
Lost
tell
Judgment.
them. Yes. And Lost Paradise. Don't forget about that one.
No.
I'm gonna skip past that one.
And most importantly,
yeah.
Dead Souls. It's a great game.
Yes.
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 And if you have the time, Yakuza Online. Or, no, actually, maybe not. That's going to be bad for your wallet.
Are we just gonna go through the release order and it's like, okay, should you play this game? Should you play that game?
It's
Did
already
we play Yakuza 5?
Well, do you have 7,000 hours to kill? That's the first question. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean,
So
hey,
it's already so confusing, and then RGG is just like, "Hey, why don't you do this instead?" It's like, yo.
we brought up all of these games, but I generally think it would be a good idea, or a fun idea at least, for us to make an episode where each of us kind of either rate or talk about each game that's released and what we think of it. I think that would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like an in-depth talk, not spoiler cast per se, but yeah.
Yeah. Though I
It's
think.
actually-
Go on.
I was gonna say that would be probably the perfect idea, because imagine each of us did like a standalone tier list. There's chances that people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is wrong. But when you have 4 people in the same call, they'll be like, "Well, I don't know who to agree with." It's like, okay, cool, you played the games.
We're
That's,
all
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
We're
pretty
always
much.
right.
Of
course we are.
Just ask the YouTube comments. We're always thinking that we're right, at least.
That's
In-
the nice
apparently.
thing is people don't agree on what the best Yakuza or the worst Yakuza is, but everyone's really respectful of just, yeah, you like that one. I don't, but I get that. I understand why you like that one. It's still a good game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, making a video like that, we can make sure that all of us will lose subscribers equally.
Yay!
Oh my god, you enjoy Dead Souls? Unsubscribed, piece of shit game.
It's just you enjoy, period.
Yeah, literally. You played it at some point? You're a piece of shit.
You bought the game? No.
Okay, maybe this is not a very good idea, but what if, hear me out, what if
Yes.
an episode where we read comments?
Yes.
I'm leaving.
And then we get to rate the comment 0 out of 10. And I ran out of ideas.
Oh god.
I don't know.
Get the comment section to send in ideas, and we can rate ideas for like RGG's next game.
Oh yeah, actually, not just that.
Drew, if you're watching this part of the video, you should comment and also like and also subscribe.
The way I've done this in the past is the dumbest thing. I just say randomly during one of my speedruns, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, say the word banana. And then you get to see how many people have actually watched it through.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Banana. You hear that, guys? Write it down.
Banana.
Everyone say banana right now, or I'll kill you.
Oh.
We could literally do a live stream reaction to that, to each of the comments.
We could.
Okay.
We could.
Each of the banana
This one
comments.
says
Everyone,
banana,
just...
this one says banana,
Yes.
this one says apple.
Just banana.
Who the fuck said apple? Ban that guy. You know, all of this made me think. I think it generally is a great idea. So, like, we should have a segment of these podcasts where we ask people what they would like to see for next episodes, and then we could go through that at the beginning of each episode, and you know, we can consider that and maybe give a response. How would you guys
can't tell me to
feel?
be less British. I'm sorry, it's how I was born.
Yes, and I'm not British.
Yes.
I get a lot of people calling me British in all my comments. People calling me governor, and I'm like, "What? Are you stupid?"
I get a lot of people calling me Australian. It's, you know,
I
wild.
Damn.
get most
You're-
people. Yeah.
I was gonna say your globes are upside down.
My country's upside down, apparently.
Yup.
Oh, yeah. Every American that watches me calls me too British. Every Brit that watches me calls me too American. I can't fucking win.
What have I been mistaken for? I think people thought that I was American at some point, but I'm not American at all. I'm like in the polar opposite of the world.
Yeah.
I can't state this enough, but I love doing these podcasts with you guys. It's always a fun time just talking about random stuff. I also wanted to know another thing for the viewers. What would you guys think about podcasts, but not Yakuza related? Blasphemous, I know, but I still want to gauge the responses.
Yes. Oh, can I call Shotgun for if you ever do a Silent Hill live stream or a fucking podcast or something?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
After our conversation earlier, I was gonna say Trails. Hi, hello.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up. Yes.
I played neither of them. I'll just be sitting there silent the whole time.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect.
SnowiestAngeman. That is not the Yakuza.
No,
Call of the Duty.
no, see, Snowiest, that would be a main attraction. You're part of the podcast, but that's it. There's nothing more
to
to
be a
it.
type
Just
person
asking.
on each of the couch. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell is a Kevin?
Yeah.
Who is this Kevin you all keep talking about?
I mean, your name just being there would be more than enough for people to click on it. They wouldn't be
Just
interested in the
chuck my
topic.
name in
They'll
there.
be like,
Pretend I'm on the video. It's that simple.
yeah, but put
Anyone watching
featuring.
this that makes YouTube videos, just do it. Just pretend I'm in your video.
We just pull like voice clips from the 2 podcasts we've done of you and just have them like interspersed randomly
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah,
Easy.
just introduce yourself at the beginning and never talk again.
Yeah, literally.
or actually, like, just send a voice clip of you saying, "Hey guys, I'm Snowiest. I make videos."
Turn me into a soundboard.
Man, look at all these cool ideas. We're cooking, all right.
Yeah, this is usually the part that we either do right before the recording or right after, and you're seeing all of that in glorious HD.
See, I think all of this came about because somehow I've been trying to find a way to like close this podcast, but I just can't because talking about random shit is like the most fun thing ever with you guys.
Yeah.
So guys, how's the weather over there?
Hot. I hate it.
Pain.
It's cold as shit. Also,
Wait,
I'm
I'll
not a
take some of
soundboard.
that.
Wait, cold?
Oh, I
Bro?
would pray for
Yes.
that.
It's 28 degrees today. I'm British. I can't handle it.
It was like 10 degrees, which is absurdly cold for where I live.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Damn.
Do you all use Celsius or something, or am I just in a oh dear lord?
I
Yeah,
use
I'm
Celsius.
Yeah.
Wait. I need to look it up because I'm pretty sure
Are
that
you a
we're over
Fahrenheit
30.
guy?
No, thank God. I hate it.
Okay, thanks, Christ. If you were a Fahrenheit guy, I'd have to kick you.
No offense to any Fahrenheit enjoyers, but use an actual. It's like the
Massive
whole
offense
metric
to
system.
Fahrenheit enjoys.
You assume they're enjoyers.
Fahrenheit ability. Oh yeah, it's currently 31 degrees, which with the fever that I'm currently
Jesus
dealing with,
Christ.
yeah, fun. It's what I get for living in Southeast Europe.
Yeesh. I have an air conditioner turned on and I have a fan turned on, and it's still kind of hot.
We don't have those luxuries. I'm currently in a room
Yeah.
that's just open, and so apologies if you ever hear just random cars passing by or like a church bell or whatever. But it's like this is the only spot that has somewhat okay. I was gonna say autistics, acoustics.
Not at all. We haven't heard any background noise. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Oh, by the way, guys, what's your favorite drink?
Ooh.
Rum and Coke.
Coke or Pepsi Max. Do you guys have Pepsi Max? What's it called over there? Sugar-free Pepsi?
We have...
We have Pepsi Max, Pepsi Zero.
Same.
No.
I think we used to have Max, but not anymore.
We recently, okay, this is gonna sound really, really random, but if my girlfriend sees this, she's probably gonna be busting her ass off. There's this random drink that we just have in Croatia. It's called Hydra, which is, I have no idea how to explain it, because it's like, imagine Fanta, but lemon flavored, and it also has like an isotonic flavor to it. It's really, really weird, and every local store just keeps pushing it actively. I don't know why, but it just works.
That sounds like a Fallout drink.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally does. Like the icon, I was like, okay, I could see this next to Nuka-Cola and be like, oh yeah, that fits.
Okay, not to burst anyone's bubble, but I think I don't know how it's going to be received if we prolong this with the off topic. So, like, let's just say, let's call it a day. It's been a lot of fun, you guys. Like, again, thank you for showing up. It's always a pleasure. And I'm really excited to do more of these episodes. Again, for those watching, let us know what you guys would like to see us talk about. It could be literally anything. And we actually might review the ideas in the beginning of the next episode. And we'll go through as much of them as we can. And yeah, anything more you guys want to say? Snowiest, Gokudoni, Froob?
Looking forward to the next time if one comes up.
Yeah, same.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just want to say again, thank you everybody for being here, and thank you guys so much for watching. And also a special thanks to the Honey members as usual for their extra support. Look forward to more of these episodes because I'm definitely planning to make more of these. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one, whenever that is. All right. Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Yay!
Easy, baby.
I love how with
Oh,
the
now I can
recording...
stop faking this accent.
Oh, please leave this in, please. It's gonna be such a good ending. Like post-credit scene.